See the doors?
Yeah. All right, can everyone hear me? Yeah. All right, great. Well, thank you all for coming to Tesla Santana Row, especially on a wet evening. We're happy to have you all here. We are celebrating kind of two milestones in Tesla history. We are displaying our Model X design prototype for the first time to the public ever. So this is quite a time for you all to be here. And also in the back, in our charging area, we are displaying 4 Model S, basically the signature colors for Model S in our charging area. So after I'm done with this little spiel, I encourage everyone to go out there and take a look at those cars. Model S will start deliveries this July. So be on the road in just a few months, and it's just an absolutely incredible car. But, of course, we're here to look at the Model X design prototype. So what we're looking at is the very first hand-built prototype of our crossover SUV Model X. It's been hand-built, hand-engineered, hand-designed by Tesla engineers. And for that reason, it's quite valuable to Tesla, and it needs to stay looking good for a while. So I appreciate everyone's attention not to touch the car, and just be respectful of the car would be great. So the first question is, why would Tesla engineer a car like this? For those of you that don't know, the overarching purpose of Tesla is to innovate at a higher price point, create incredibly compelling cars that are high performance, and eventually drive the cost of these cars down with higher volume. So you may have seen our Roadster, which was our sports car, which is on the screen in the back there. That car enabled Model S enables Model X, and so on. The Roadster was sort of synonymous with the $10,000 plasma screen TV of about 10 years ago, and now you can get one for a few $100s at Costco. So, Model X. We saw kind of, there's three primary reasons why we engineered Model X. The first is that minivans have incredible utility, an incredible amount of interior space, but they don't have much performance, they don't have much style. SUVs, on the other hand, have, they're big, but they really don't have all that much utility, despite the utility being in the name. There's really not that much space on the inside. And thirdly, Tesla had engineered our Model S platform to accommodate different sort of body styles to go on top of it. So these kind of 3 components came together, and we said, well, why don't we build a car with incredible utility, that looks good, that has tons of space on the inside, and because we're Tesla, let's make it really fast and really high performance. And so that was sort of the idea behind Model X. And paramount to this idea of unparalleled utility is the Falcon Wing doors, which Alex will demonstrate again here. So when these doors open, you'll notice that they articulate on 2 different points. They hinge at the middle, but they also hinge at the side. And what that does is it allows these doors to open in approximately 20 inches on the side of the vehicle. So unlike a traditional gull-wing door that would open on one axis, they sort of go up and then out. So you can park this car next to any other car in a parking lot like we have here at Santana Row and open it without any type of issue. Now, the additional feature that the Falcon Wing door provides you is kind of an unparalleled access into both the second and third row of seats. So in a minivan, you're usually folding the middle seat down, or you're jumping over it, or you're getting in it from the back. Well, in this car, you can hop right into the third row without much issue at all. This second row also slides, so if you have a child and you are putting a child seat in the car, you'll know that you're kind of cantilevering yourself into the car. There's some gymnastics, you pull your back. I can't say that I've done this much myself, but this is what they tell me. If you were to move the seat back, you can install the child seat and you can actually stand up in the car and latch it down, which is incredibly convenient. Also, this is, it's not all that impressive with me, but a gentleman who is 6 foot tall, or a woman who's 6 foot tall, can easily stand under here and have kind of unparalleled access into the car. So this is all kind of a concept of when you innovate a vehicle from the ground up as an electric vehicle, all the space that would ordinarily be devoted to an engine and a transmission and catalytic converters and mufflers, well, all that space can get given back to you in the form of interior space or in luggage space. So if you look in the rear of the car, ordinarily you make a trade-off between third row seats and extra storage. Well, not so in this car. The third row, still with it installed and up, you have lots of access in the back. I encourage everyone to kind of walk around and take a look at it when we're done here. But the kind of more obvious interpretation or example of this is our front trunk, which we call the front. So, you know, you put your kids in the trunk, put your junk in the front. Or another saying that we think is kind of fun is it's business in the front, party in the back. So the frunk is really a feature which is only found on Model S and on Model X. And imagine if you're hiking, you have clean clothes with you, you also have muddy shoes. You might leave your clean clothes up here in the trunk and let some of the dirt things get into the back. Now, if we were to remove the body of Model X, what we would find is essentially a platform laid forth by Model S underneath it, meaning we have a extruded, stamped, and cast aluminum kind of subframe or unibody. The battery pack augments the unibody, becomes a stress member of the chassis, and what that does is it gives us an incredibly low center of gravity and really incredible vehicle dynamics. At the rear of the car, we have what we call a drive unit. The drive unit is comprised of a motor, a reduction gear, and a drive inverter. That makes the car a rear-wheel drive car, but it still has excellent kind of cold weather traction, has excellent performance. But something special with Model X, we have a new system that's called the Tesla dual motor all-wheel drive. So what we do is we take that drive unit that's in the rear of the car, we shrink it a little bit, it's not quite as big as it is in the rear, and we duplicate it up front. So we have essentially two fully independent drive units that are enable all-wheel drive, but purely electronically. There's no mechanical integration between the two, which, as you know, in a traditional car, essentially just adds lots of complexity and reduces your efficiency. It also means that you have to wait for a mechanical reaction to happen for you to kind of move torque around the car. Not so here, it's all instantaneous. So Model X will be offered in two battery packs, a 60 kilowatt hour battery pack and an 85 kilowatt hour battery pack. The pricing is not yet fully locked down, I should say. We have about 2 more years of development with this car. But you can expect pricing with a comparably equipped Model S. We will start customer deliveries around the end of 2013, beginning of 2014. And we're just incredibly excited to kind of share this entire development experience with you. Part of what makes Tesla unique, no other car manufacturer would show you a car of this pedigree. But Tesla does, because we realize that people want to see this, you can appreciate what we're looking at, and we want you to participate in this, this process of bringing a car to market. Because, of course, we're going to be building this car in your backyard in Fremont, California, along with Model S. So with that, I will I'll stop this little spiel, and I'll be happy to answer anybody's questions. And anyone else in the Tesla gear can answer questions as well. So thank you all for coming.
Thank you. Can you close?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're not mentioned. Somebody stole my engine.